Okay, we're going to construct a kite, and the way you want to construct a kite is by drawing an arbitrary line segment, and then what you are going to do is you're going to create a swipe that does not go more than half. So let's make it go about a third of the way across, and you start at one end point and you make a swipe, and then you're going to start from the other side and you're going to make a swipe that goes a little bit past the first swipe. So this is the first time we've changed our compass size in the middle of one of these constructions of this nature. So as long as you're going more than enough to intersect the other swipe, you're fine. So we'll draw an arc that goes into the first arc, and now you've got all of the information that you need to finish your kite. You've got an intersection point there and an intersection point there, and so if we connect the intersection point to the end point and we do the same thing over here, and we do this same thing the long way all the way over to the end point, and then again from the end point to the intersection, we've got what we need. And I'm going to draw the other diagonal in. So now we've got a kite with both of its diagonals. Now let's mark the parts congruent and the things that we know to be true. So we know that this is congruent to this. We also know that this is congruent to this. So we've got a couple pairs of consecutive sides that are congruent. We also know that the diagonals are perpendicular, meeting at right angles, and we know that one diagonal, this longer diagonal here, bisects the shorter diagonal, and it is common to think that that side is also going to maybe match up with those sides too, but this side here is not necessarily congruent to these sides. We know that one diagonal, this longer diagonal, bisects interior angles, so this angle is congruent to this angle. And then we're going to have same thing over here, this angle congruent to this angle. And then you could figure out that this angle here is congruent to this angle. If you wanted to prove it, you could use the third angles theorem. You've got a right angle and a double tick or double arc, and a right angle and a double arc, which means these third angles will be congruent. Same thing over here. You've got a right angle and a single with a right angle and a single. That means these guys over here are going to be congruent as well. So a kite is sort of irregular compared to the other shapes we've been doing, and hopefully that helps you take a look at some of its properties.